Good afternoon, Douglas, Arizona. This is Bruce Sweaton with the Herald Review Media. We're here at the Douglas Police Department today, where local Boy Scout, Logan Yenna, 18 at Douglas High School, has just completed his Eagle Scout project by restoring one of the signs here at the Douglas Police Department. We have Chief Fullen here with us today from the DPD, as well as Chuck Chambers, who's the Scoutmaster. Logan, first of all, you said you've been in the scouting program 10 years.
Yes, sir.
What made you decide to get involved in scouting? And speak up, please.
Well, we always went camping when I was younger, and we found out about our local troop, Cub Scout troop, and they were struggling, so my mom became a master, and I joined as a scout, and that's where it all started.
And over the years, you've progressed from, I even forgot what the ranks were of the scout, but what was the very first one?
It is the scout rank.
Okay.
And then after that's tenderfoot.
Okay, there we go. Tenderfoot's the one I was thinking of. And you've progressed now to an Eagle Scout, and this was your Eagle Scout project. And how long have you been working on the Eagle Scout project towards your Eagle Scout badge?
This took about 3 to 4 months, I'd say.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And the last time we saw this sign was very sun-faded, correct, Chief?
That is correct.
And so when he approached you and said, hey, we want to restore the sign at the DPD, give me your thoughts.
So honestly, it was perfect timing. So I've been with the department 29 years.
You're on your way out.
I'm on my way out.
Effective.
Next week. So had always wanted to get the sign refurbished because, as you said, it was very weathered. And in the time that I've been here, I've never seen the sign refurbished. So it was a great opportunity when we got the notice that Mr. Logan was looking for a project for his Eagle Scout. So I asked if they would consider this as his project, and after we met, it just all came together. And I do want to give credit to Logan, to Mr. Chambers, and the rest of Logan's crew that came in, and they did. They worked on it. Hopefully you'll get to see some of the play-by-plays on how they took the sign down, sanded it down.
Oh, really? So they had to actually disassemble it.
They did.
And then reassemble it.
They did.
And that was no easy task, considering those bolts look pretty cumbersome.
And it had been up there for at least 29 years, right? And then we had to get the upright post replaced. So I want to give kudos to our Douglas Ranger District for sourcing and providing the post for us, and then to our Public Works Department that had to strip them, peel all the bark off of, and then set them. So
this was no easy task.
it was no easy task, and I'm sure Logan can tell you all the hours and heartache that they put into this, but you can see the finished product.
Well, Logan, that's beautiful. First of all, how many hours did it take you roughly, would you say?
Ooh, I think our total number was around 100. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Approximately 100 hours.
Approximately, yes, sir.
And you had your fellow troopers working with you, I understand, correct?
Yes, sir.
So did you come out here before school, after school, on weekends, or how did this work?
So it was actually right before summer. We came during a weekend, took the sign down, and we would work from the morning because it was too hot. We'd work all morning sanding. Some of the wood was damaged from the sun, so we had to completely cut off a whole piece of the wood, replace it with a new piece of wood, sand it so it matched the rest.
So when you showed up and you saw the project, was at any point did you think, oh my God, what have I inherited?
Yes, there was a little doubt. I was like, oh, I really hope I can meet the expectations of the chief, because I really appreciate what they do for us, and I thought this would be the best way to show my appreciation. So,
well, Mr. Chambers here, this is another one of your Eagle Scouts who's actually on the verge of becoming an Eagle Scout.
Oh, yes.
So when he approached you about this project, what was your thoughts?
I know these, and especially the senior scouts, are very good at dealing with wood and repairing things. So it initially seemed like, as long as the amount of time that he has, that was going to be the only issue, is how long is this going to take. And from that, I just did the initial coordination with the chief, and then I stepped back because the intent of an Eagle Scout project is to give the scout, basically he becomes the project manager, where most of the work is before, most of the work for the manager is done well before the actual work. Setting out with the customers, we like to call it, what is the expectation, what needs to be done, get an idea of what he's going to need to do it, and then when that starts happening, work with the scouts and the troop to actually do the work.
So Logan, did this pretty much wipe out your whole summer then? Because you were here virtually all summer working on this?
It did for most of it, yes.
Okay. And you also did the sign to the entrance of the DPD, is that correct as well?
Yes, sir.
That's a little smaller, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't as cumbersome as this big old thing.
It was a lot easier.
Looking at the finished product, give me your thoughts.
I think it looks like a lot of hard work.
Looks beautiful though.
Dedication, and it turned out very nice because when we first came in, you could barely read any of it. The paint was falling off, all the wood was different colors, and it was in some rough shape. So I think it turned out great.
Chief, your thoughts?
You know, I reached out to our local historian, Cindy High Austin, to get some background on the sign, and I know Miss Yenna did as well. So best we can tell is the sign was originally built by John Salem and dedicated back in 1942. So we're coming up on 84 years for this sign.
So this thing had been as it was for about 83 years then before going under its recent renovation.
Correct. And the
why am I not
original
surprised?
posts that were prior to these posts actually had a lot of the brands, and the back of the
Yes.
sign has a lot of the brands from the area ranchers. So the sign itself is historical, and its placement here in front of our station, which is on the historic registry, it just made sense for this to be a worthwhile project.
As you walk away from the PD, this has got to give you some heartwarming knowing that, hey, this thing's probably going to be here now for another 84 years, if not longer.
Lord willing.
Yeah, Lord willing is right. So, materials. How did you go out and buy the materials for this, or were they donated? And what kind of materials did you need? You obviously needed a sander. You needed all kinds of wrenches, Varathane varnish, I'm pretty sure.
So we were blessed enough to have the chief of police offer us whatever materials we needed, and the person's shop who we did it in also had a bunch of materials already there. So purchasing materials wasn't that bad. The only thing we had to buy was like probably a 4x4 and a couple screws here and there.
So you actually took it down, took it to a shop, did the work over there, and then brought it back and reassembled it back here?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So when it came down and it wasn't here for a while, it had to be a strange sight driving up here in the morning and not seeing this thing here.
It was for a time being, but now it's back and better than
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, like I said. So, okay, so the project's completed, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a badge of honor ceremony or an Eagle Scout ceremony coming up here.
It's happened, yeah.
Oh, it's happened already?
Yes.
Okay, so you're already officially now
He's-
an Eagle Scout. Well,
Yes.
congratulations on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So you graduate in May, I imagine.
Yes, sir.
What's your plans after graduation?
I'm trying to join the military, so that would be my plan after.
Okay, well, and I mean, being an Eagle Scout, that's going to give you a step up going into whatever branch of service you decide. So now that it's over, is it kind of a sense of relief? Or are you kind of longing to say, hey, I'm...
In a sense, yes, it is kind of a relief. There's a lot of homework in Boy Scouts, believe it or not.
Really?
So it's hard work, and that's kind of nice, but sometimes I do miss going on camping trips every month, spending time with my friends, and it's a brotherhood.
Yeah. And how do you manage to find time between scouting and school?
You just kind of make room for it whenever you can. Instead of being lazy and sitting in bed, you're like, oh, I got to work on this merit badge.
Well, and you've looking at your blazer there, how many badges are...
Oh, I'm not too sure. 24, I think.
Wow.
Can't remember exactly.
So are some merit badges easier than others?
Yes, undoubtedly.
Some you can get done in a matter of hours, I imagine, whereas this one took
a long time.
So would you say this is probably the most difficult project you've worked on in the entire time of scouting?
Yes, it was, because it's not only usually Mr. Chambers is here's the materials you need, here's what you need to do. This was I need to figure out what materials I need, and I need to figure out how I need to accomplish this goal.
So this was sink or swim on your end, basically. I mean, sure, I'm pretty sure they were there to offer support if needed, but
Yes, sir.
for the most part, it was do or die with you. So, well, congratulations on a great job. It looks beautiful. And Douglas residents, we invite you to come by the PD and check it out. And not only check this one out, but check out the entrance sign as well. And again, this is all credit to 18-year-old Logan Yenna of Douglas High School, who completed this. Logan, congratulations on a great project. It looks beautiful. You got something to be proud of. Mr. Chambers, Chief, thank you for your time. Anything before we shut this thing off you wish to say, Chief? Logan?
No, just again, final thank you to Logan, to Mr. Chambers, again to our Douglas Ranger District and our Public Works guys for making this all come together.
This is virtually a community effort, and in essence spearheaded by him, but it needed some additional help where, again, the Ranger District, the Public Works came in and provided the support where needed.
Yep.
All right. Well, congratulations on a job well done, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.